Your dog has an entire list of behaviors they save exclusively for you, not for strangers, not even for other people living in your own household, only for the one person they've decided is truly theirs. Some of these behaviors are subtle enough that you've probably never noticed them for what they actually are. Others are things you see every single day without realizing they're a genuine bond signal, not just a habit. Today, I'm breaking down 13 of these behaviors, all backed by real canine science, so you can see exactly how deep your dog's connection to you actually runs. By the end of this video, you'll probably recognize almost every single one. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Aaron Kelly. Every behavior on this list has genuine backing in canine behavior research, meaning these aren't just cute observations. They're patterns researchers and vets have specifically identified as bond-related, reserved for a dog's most trusted person, rather than shown equally to everyone around them. Before we get into it, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach more dog owners who have no idea just how bonded their dog actually is to them. And as we go through this list, comment the number of any behavior your dog does specifically with you. By the end, I want to see exactly how bonded this entire community's dogs are with the people watching this video. Let's get into it. The list 1. Following you from room to room. This is one of the clearest, most visible signs on this entire list. A dog that gets up from a comfortable spot just to follow you to the kitchen, into the bathroom, or across the living room isn't doing it out of boredom or coincidence. This behavior is rooted in maintaining proximity to whoever the dog considers their primary anchor point of safety in the home. Dogs that do this consistently, day after day, regardless of what else is going on, are making a clear, ongoing statement about who they consider their person. 2. Sighing and fully relaxing only near you. We've covered the biology of this before on the channel. A long, slow sigh paired with soft, closing eyes is a genuine physiological sign of a dog's nervous system winding all the way down into rest. What's especially telling is that dogs are measurably more likely to reach that deep, fully relaxed state, specifically in the presence of the person they trust the most. Around someone less familiar, that same dog often stays a little more alert, even in a comfortable environment. 3. Leaning their full body weight against you. This is a deliberate trust behavior, not an accidental one. By pressing their body weight directly into your leg or side, your dog is actively confirming a sense of physical connection and safety, and it's a behavior most dogs reserve almost exclusively for one specific person, even in a multi-person household. It's also worth noting this often intensifies during moments of mild stress, a loud noise outside, an unfamiliar guest, because that's exactly when a dog seeks out their most trusted anchor. 4. Bringing you their toys. This one often looks like simple play, but it actually runs a little deeper than that. In many documented cases, a dog repeatedly bringing an object specifically to one person is a form of gift-sharing behavior with roots in pack bonding, offering something they personally value to someone they consider firmly within their inner circle. It's worth noticing not just that they do this, but who specifically they choose to bring it to when multiple people are in the room. 5. Sleeping in your room by choice. If your dog has full access to the entire house and consistently chooses to sleep near you specifically, rather than anywhere else available to them, that's a direct, ongoing choice being made night after night. This is one of the most consistent bond signals a dog can show, precisely because it's repeated so reliably over time, rather than being a one-off occurrence. Comment below, how many of these first 5 does your dog already do with you specifically? 6. The full body wiggle. Greeting. There's a real meaningful difference between a simple tail wag and a full body wiggle. Hips swaying side to side, the entire back half of the body moving, sometimes so intensely the dog nearly loses their balance. Dogs tend to reserve this specific, higher intensity greeting almost exclusively for the people they're most excited and most emotionally invested in seeing, compared to a more reserved wag for someone more unfamiliar or less significant to them. 7. Soft, sustained eye contact. We've discussed the science behind this before. Mutual eye contact between a dog and their bonded person triggers a genuine release of oxytocin in both directions, the same hormone involved in human parent-child bonding. Dogs are considerably more likely to hold this kind of soft, relaxed gaze specifically with the person they trust most deeply. With someone unfamiliar, that same prolonged eye contact can actually feel confrontational rather than comforting, which is exactly why this particular signal is so telling about who a dog considers safe. 8. Exposing their belly, fully relaxed. As we covered in our sleep positions video, this is the single most physically vulnerable position a dog can take, exposing the throat, belly, and all 4 legs simultaneously. Doing this consistently, specifically around one particular person, and especially while fully asleep rather than just briefly rolling over, is a direct statement that your dog feels completely, unconditionally safe in your presence, specifically. 9. Resting their head or paw on you. This is deliberate, ongoing physical contact, especially notable when it happens repeatedly throughout the day rather than just once in a while. A dog resting their head on your lap while you're reading or placing a paw on your arm while you're working is a dog actively choosing continued closeness with the person they consider most important to them over and over again. 10. Positioning themselves between you and perceived threats. Some dogs will instinctively place themselves near a doorway, window, or entrance, specifically when their bonded person is nearby, effectively taking on a protective, watchful role in that moment. This behavior tends to be far more pronounced and far more consistent toward the one person the dog considers most important to protect, compared to how they behave around other household members. Drop a comment. Has your dog ever done this one? Positioning themselves protectively around you specifically, even without being asked to. 11. Mirroring your emotional state. Dogs are remarkably attuned to human emotional cues, picking up on tone of voice, posture, and even subtle changes in breathing. Bonded dogs in particular tend to mirror the emotional state of their primary person more closely than they do with anyone else in the household, becoming visibly calmer when you're calm, and noticeably more alert or anxious when you're stressed, even if you haven't said a single word about how you're feeling. 12. A distinctly different greeting than they give. Anyone else, most owners have actually noticed this without ever putting a name to it. The greeting your dog gives you specifically, even after just a short absence like stepping out to grab the mail, is often noticeably more intense and enthusiastic than what they give other family members or visitors, even ones they clearly like. That measurable difference in intensity is itself a meaningful, ongoing signal of exactly how they rank you within their personal bond hierarchy. 13. Giving kisses. Specifically to you. While licking can have several different meanings depending entirely on context, a dog that consistently licks one specific person's face or hands more often than anyone else in the household is very often directing a genuinely affiliative, affectionate behavior specifically at that one person, rather than distributing it equally among everyone around them. That's the complete list of all 13. Drop a comment right now with your total count. How many of these did your dog check off with you specifically? Here's something worth knowing, and it's exactly what I promised you back at the beginning of this video. This bond isn't fixed in place once it forms. It genuinely strengthens or weakens over time based on consistency, not on occasional intensity or one big gesture. A dog that receives calm, predictable, positive interaction from you on a regular basis will typically show more and more of these behaviors as time goes on. On the flip side, inconsistent attention or frequent tension and unpredictability in the home can genuinely reduce how many of these signals show up, even with a dog that was previously very bonded. This isn't about grand occasional gestures either. Every single habit we've covered together on this channel, the nightly bonding routine, calm and boring departures, actually understanding your dog's body language instead of guessing at it, every one of those contributes directly to building exactly the kind of deep bond we just spent this entire video describing. So there you have it, 13 real, genuinely documented behaviors that dogs largely reserve for the one person they love and trust the absolute most. If your dog does even half of these with you specifically, that already reflects a genuinely strong, secure bond between the two of you. Here's what I want from you right now. Comment your total count below. Hit that like button if this video just showed you how deeply bonded your dog actually is to you, and hit subscribe. I break down real, science-backed dog behavior exactly like this every single week. I'm Dr. Aaron Kelly, and I'll see you in the next one.